Hi everyone, welcome to another video of Innovative Hobby Supply. I'm AJ, your instructor, and for today's kit we are going to be assembling the 125 scale car canopy kit. This kit is also great for displaying the 124 slot cars and the 132 model cars. In each kit, 1/8 inch dowel rods are included. This kit has two different sets of colors, green and blue and red and white. So let's get started. Today we'll be using the standard equipment for this type of model: hobby knife, ruler, some watercolor markers, scissors, hot glue, and some hot glue sticks. For each kit, there's a total of 4 pages, the 2 canopies, the optional canopy edges, and the base. The first step is to carefully cut around the optional canopy edges. Cut out all the items on this page. And for the base, cut the white outer edges off. As you can see, it's the same exact items for the other colored set, the 2 canopies, the optional canopy edges, and lastly the base. As an example, I will be using the blue canopy to show you where to cut. Cut around the canopy, including the glue tabs. Carefully cut the inner white triangles between the canopy. You can use scissors or a hobby knife to do this. Once it's cut out, it should look like this. Grab a corresponding watercolor marker and touch up the white outer and inner edges. The next step is to score all 4 canopy glue tabs. Score directly on the white line using a hobby knife and a ruler. Then, pick up the canopy and fold each glue tab gently downwards like shown in the video. After folding the glue tabs, lightly touch up the white area between the glue tab and the canopy with a watercolor marker. Now it's time to score the top of the canopy. Follow the white highlighted area shown in the video to see where to score. Use a hobby knife and a ruler. Score all 4 sides on the top of the canopy. After scoring, fold down the sides of the canopy carefully downwards. Then carefully touch up the white areas on the scored lines with the watercolor marker. As you can see, when folding the sides of the canopy inwards, everything comes together nicely. Before securing together, make sure the glue tabs are tucked inside of the canopy while lining up the nearest sides evenly together. Place a small amount of hot glue onto the glue tab, connect, and hold until dry. Once all the sides are nicely secured and glued together, the canopy should look like this. Next, grab the optional canopy edges and score the white line along the glue tabs with a hobby knife and a ruler. After scoring the glue tab, gently fold the glue tab slightly downwards. Then, touch up the white line on the scored fold we made earlier, and the outer edges with the corresponding watercolor marker. Now it's time to secure the canopy edges onto the canopy. Grab the 4 matching colored edges and match them with the correct length side. Place the glue tab evenly underneath the canopy while lining up the edge with the bottom of the side to understand where to secure before gluing. I highly recommend gluing the smaller edges on first. Before gluing the longer edges onto the canopy, fold the smaller edges slightly outwards as it will become easier for you to attach the longer edges on. Once understood, place a small amount of hot glue onto the glue tab. Then carefully connect onto the canopy, line up, and hold until dry. Moving forward, let's connect the corners of the edges together. Place a small amount of hot glue onto the back of the canopy, right between the 2 edges. Hold the 2 edges together until dry. Repeat this step for all 4 corners. As you can see, after it's connected, the edge is folded 90 degrees downwards from the canopy. After assembling one of the canopies, repeat the same exact steps to the other canopy that's included in the kit. Now let's prepare the dowel rods. Before cutting, decide whether you want your canopy to be 4.5 inches tall minimum or 5 inches maximum. After deciding, measure and place a small dot on the rod to mark where to cut. Use the throw of the scissors to cut the rod. While cutting, rotate the dowel rod so it becomes easier to come off. Before gluing the rods onto anything, I recommend using the flat side of the rod to glue on the base and the cut side of the rod onto the canopy. You can use the rod you just cut as a quick guide tool to help you cut the rest of the dowel rods to the correct length. Repeat the same step when cutting all the dowel rods. Rotate the rod while cutting, then discard any small leftover rod away. Once we have 4 of the same length dowel rods for each canopy, let's move on to the last steps. We want to glue the flat side of the dowel rods directly behind the white cornered areas on the base like shown in the video. Place a small amount of hot glue onto the flat side of the dowel rod and place onto the base. Hold it 90 degrees upwards from the base until dry. After the dowel rods are secured onto the base, it should look like this. Now let's place a canopy on top of the dowel rods evenly. Then lift up one corner of the canopy and place a small amount of hot glue against the dowel rod where the canopy's corner rests. Gently push the dowel rod towards the inside of the canopy and hold until dry. Repeat this step for all 4 corners. Once the corners are secured to the dowel rods, it's ready for displaying. The Canopy Kit is a level 1 skill kit and will take approximately 1 hour to complete and comes in 2 colored sets. Once its model is assembled, it's plenty rugged and will give any hobbyist many years of enjoyment for displaying your slot, scale, or model cars. You can get this model and many others on innovativehobbysupply.com. Thank you for watching today's video. We made it towards the end. Subscribe down below. And if you have further questions about the kit we just made, check out our website, innovativehobbysupply.com.